What is up, everybody? In today's video, we'll be talking about the crazy weather that is currently occurring across the U.S., which crazy flash flooding and severe weather that is all ongoing. Let's get right into this video. Now, the current weather that is occurring across the U.S. is April 4th at around 9 o'clock Central Time right now. We do have multiple tornado warnings in southern Arkansas, into portions of Texas, and more tornado warnings in Illinois and Missouri. That is ongoing. But if we do talk about the future of the weather, it's going to be pretty crazy here. We do have this ongoing storm system that is occurring right now. And is going to cause significant flash flooding across portions of Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, into Texas, and even Oklahoma areas. But the real picture that we're looking at here is the severe weather threat tomorrow. Now that we do have on Saturday, with this new round of storms that's going to go through on Saturday for portions of Louisiana into Arkansas and Mississippi. And we're going to have another tornado threat, another significant flash flooding threat that is going to occur with this, and is definitely pretty concerning here. If we look at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook, right now we do have that moderate risk ongoing, but if we do talk about tomorrow's risk, this kind of shifts a tad bit further south. But if we do get kind of a good look at it, I'm trying to kind of pinpoint this if I can at a good look. It's kind of difficult. But we do have this enhanced risk down here for portions of Texas into Louisiana, into Mississippi, Arkansas, and Tennessee. I do think that the areas that are going to be impacted by this include Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Jackson, Mississippi. Little Rock is sadly going to be impacted by this again. They've been in a lot of severe weather threats out there in Arkansas, and portions of Texas too, including Shreveport in Louisiana. That's all going to be impacted by this, and this is fueled by a wind, tornado, and hail risk. The wind risk is a big hatched risk for 70 miles an hour or larger wind in this area. Then we do have a hail threat too, more considered for portions of Louisiana into Arkansas and Texas here, with our big tornado threat across the Arklatex areas, where Shreveport's under the bullseye for significant tornadoes tomorrow that they do need to be very weather aware for and start getting prepared now for this significant severe weather threat. Now, tomorrow, this threat kind of shifts a little bit to the further to the south. We are not expecting this one to be as significant as it's going to be tomorrow and today, but we do have a slight risk of severe weather in effect for portions of the deep south here, including Alabama, Georgia, Florida, into Mississippi, and portions of Louisiana here. This does include the Panhandle, Florida. This includes Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia. New Orleans is also under the gun for this severe weather threat. Now, if we look at the flash flooding concerns here, we're going to have constant storms training over each other, multiple over and over again across portions of these areas, with a high risk today of flash flooding that's going to occur overnight, all the way through the night, of these constant training of thunderstorms across portions of Arkansas, Missouri, and a moderate risk that does include Illinois, Indiana, into Kentucky, Tennessee, Texas, into Oklahoma areas. And this is very concerning. Little Rock is under the gun for this threat. Memphis is under the gun. Evansville, Paducah, as a really concerning flash flooding event is shaping up with a historic flash flooding threat. Day 2's threat here, we also have a high risk of flash flooding even tomorrow, and a moderate risk. Our high risk of flash flooding shifts a tad bit further to the east, but this does include portions of Arkansas, Missouri, into Kentucky and Tennessee areas, including Little Rock. Memphis is under the gun for this. Paducah areas, all in this extreme risk for flash flooding, with constant training of thunderstorms over and over again, causing a significant flash flooding risk. I mean, turn around, don't drown. This is a really concerning threat. Do not be driving in flooded roads at all. I wouldn't even be driving out here if there's with this amount of rainfall. It's going to be so much rain that some areas that don't typically see flash flooding could see flash flooding. And then the moderate risk in red kind of extends all the way up from Kentucky all the way down to Texas areas, with Nashville included in this threat. That's going to be very significant here. Now, this is a general look across how much rain we are going to see from this event here. We already have ongoing rain. Some parts of these areas have already seen the full rain. If we go into Missouri areas, they've already seen 3-4 inches of rain. Additional amounts for St. Louis is looking like around 1 to 2 inches of additional rainfall possible. Now, areas further south, it gets really, really significant down here in these red, even into those brown and even white areas that are very concerning here, with a range of 5 to even almost 10 inches of rain across Arkansas and Little Rock, Memphis, Paducah areas, which is very, very concerning. I do expect, this shows Little Rock seeing around 7 inches of rain, which would be very, very, very concerning. Memphis seeing around 4 to 6 inches of rain. Just a very, very, very concerning flash flooding event for anywhere that's in these red areas. Anywhere I just circled is going to be in the big concerns for flash flooding today into tomorrow. And due to this ongoing rain and the additional rainfall, this could be a catastrophic rainfall event, once in a lifetime, potentially. Very, very rare April flooding event. Now, if we look into the future after this big storm kind of rolls out, the weather is going to get a tad bit quieter, and definitely quieter, which is a good sign, but it's going to be a little bit cooler for a lot of areas too. If you look into this pattern that's going to continue across the next few days into Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday here across portions of the U.S., where the eastern and central U.S. are going to see tons of below average cold temperatures, pretty unseasonable cold temperatures for early April, pretty rare. And then warmer weather is going to occur for portions of the western U.S. with above average temperatures in this area and below average temperatures across the east. Now, this does not mean that we're going to see 30-degree weather across, Missouri, Kentucky, or West Virginia or something like that. This just means that it's going to be unseasonably cold. It's going to be, colder than it usually is for this time of year. That we are going to be paying attention to. And in the above average areas, it just means warmer than it typically is. But yeah, besides that, the weather is going to be a lot calmer than it typically is, which is definitely a good sign. But I do not think that will last forever. Definitely not. Alright, hope everybody did enjoy this video here. The weather is just absolutely crazy. We've had tons of severe weather events and flooding events for a lot of these areas, and it just a really, really crazy start to April and late March. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates, and bye everybody.